Yo, what's good in the hood, people? It's your boy Chaos here, back at it again with another Bleach Brave Souls video. So today I kind of figured I want to do another beginner tutorial guide on the choose a 5-star frenzy character summons ticket. So most of you would have gotten it 2 days ago if you have started playing exactly on the first day of this month. But if you are gonna get it soon, or for those of you guys who are gonna play and see this in the future, I just want to kind of show you the units, their soul traits, and of course to kind of discuss on the importance of each unit and to kind of conclude the priority of order to get in the next couple of months that you'll be playing this game. So in order for you to actually push your account further into the game. So without further ado, I'll kind of show you guys everything that I'm going to talk about in the Bleach Brave Soul Simulator by Soldex. A very big shout out to my boy. So looking through the Bleach Brave Soul Simulator website, you can kind of go to characters and type out Frenzy, and you will already be able to look at the 17 Frenzy units available. And you will see that there will have two soul traits. So every Frenzy unit has two soul traits, and that's already pretty decent. Only Resurrection units has two soul traits as well. Otherwise, every other unit has one soul trait. I will let you guys know in order of priority, in my opinion, on what to get this month and for the next consecutive months that you'll be playing this game. So first, I'll be looking at Kizuke Uruhara. So this Kizuke Uruhara has a crystal slash jewel drop of 16% and a coin drop of 13%. So I'll be ignoring most skills of every frenzy unit, such as this Berserker, Bruiser, Devastation, Long Range Sprinter. I'll be ignoring those because frenzy units at this day and age, you only need them for their soul trait because they're actually very old units. So if you were to actually use them as your main unit, you will actually have trouble clearing content. There's only very specific scenarios where you can use this as your main unit. Otherwise, all frenzy units are only intended to be used for soul trait. So what makes this Kisuke so good for beginners is that when you start out the game, there will be a lot of grinding, and you'll be grinding for coins, for jewels, for crystals, and this guy covers it all. Why crystal and jewels and coins are important is because you'll realize that coins at the earlier stage are kind of hard to get, so you gotta just farm those first. And coins are important because you get to level up your characters, you get to level up your accessories, change the secondary effects of your accessories, and to level up your soul tree, to level up your link slot levels. There's just so many things that you do with coins, and as a beginner, you gotta have a lot of them at the start. And crystal and jewels are important for leveling up your soul tree. So that's why I think Kisuke Uruhara is the first pick for me. Next, I'll be looking at is this Byakuya Kuchiki. This Byakuya is arguably the best unit you can choose aside Kisuke Uruhara for farming. So now this Byakuya is all about utility and going towards the meta of the game, which is strong attack recharge time. I strongly believe that for PvE content, or even those co-ops, those epic raids, I strongly feel that strong attack recharge time stacked up to 40 to 50 or close to 60% allows your units to spam those skills. And the meta right now is a lot of SP units. I mean, there are normal attack damage units that are meta as well, but I just strongly believe they're saturated right now. And most of the best units are SP based units, which is spiritual pressure units. So having the strong attack recharge time allows you to reduce your cooldowns. But what makes this Byakuya even better than a normal unit is that he has also a strong attack damage of plus 18%. So having strong attack damage plus 18% and strong attack recharge time minus 10% allows your unit to deal more damage in lesser time. The only drawback, I believe, in this Byakuya, or generally in frenzy units, is that they will have a slightly lower normal soul trait. So in this case, this Byakuya has a minus 10 SAR, and usually units these days has an SAR of 12 or even 14. So you will lose out a few milliseconds in your strong attack, but it's compensated by the fact that you can deal more in this case because of the strong attack damage 18%. And the second drawback would be the lower stats, and this is general across frenzy units. They have lower stats than newer or recent units right now. And you will realize that it's a disadvantage, and I'll show you why. So looking at this Ichigo, I have him level 20 all across my link slots. And you will realize that you get a certain percentage per level of your link slots from the maxed out unit of the same attribute. So you realize I have all the same power attributes as my soul links. And in this case, I have this specific Frenzy Byakuya as my links soul link. So why I say it's a disadvantage, because let me just quickly look for a unit that has better stats. Okay, so looking at this Byakuya, if I were to dragging him away, my SP just drops by a bit. But replacing with this Rukia, I get so much more SP out of it. You see, it was almost a 200 differential. But the fact that I want to use him is because he has two soul traits still. And I think that plus 18 kind of makes up slightly over the loss of the 150 to 200. Okay, so the third pick I suggest would be this Yoruichi. This Yoruichi is the exact same thing as Byakuya. The only difference is that she has a lower strong attack damage and a slightly, very slightly higher strong attack reach time, which is of 1%. So losing 2% strong attack damage is actually quite a bit, but gaining that 1% cooldown, it's not a lot. In fact, it's negligible. So she's actually weaker than Byakuya in this sense. So that's why I put her lower. But nonetheless, if you have a main unit, which is a heart unit, go ahead and get her first. But if you have a power unit, then definitely you gotta choose Byakuya. So I'll go on the fourth pick, which is this Chad. This Chad is very different from the previous two. This chat is more oriented for those people who are looking into PvP. And even if you're not looking to reach third seat in PvP, I suggest getting this because he still has a last ditch survival of 85%. And for those newer players, last ditch survival rate is the percentage of revival once you get knocked out. So in this case, there's an 85% chance that you will revive after you get knocked out. And is also a damage taken of minus 12%, which is a meta in PvP. Like I mentioned earlier for Byakuya, the normal stats these days are higher than these frenzy units because now last ditch survival for most units is 100%. So that's the drawback of these frenzy units, because having two soul trait is pretty decent, or actually OP in this case, that they have to scale down the percentage, or maybe it's just an old unit, so I'm not really sure why Caleb made it that way, but I think at the point of time they were just thinking it's pretty good having two soul links, so they can't bump it up to 100 in this case, or minus 12 recharge time for Byakuya and Yoruichi. And after this chat, actually, there's a lot of units that you can go after next, because most of them has weird combinations, like this Soifon. This Soifon has a damage taken negative 14% and a strong attack damage. In PvP, you want damage reduction on you, but this strong attack damage only slightly helps you, if anything else, because you want normal attack damage along with damage reduction, but the strong attack damage is usually not enough, even if you keep bumping it up, to even make a difference in a PvP attack-based oriented unit. So I would only get her if you just purely want her for the damage taken. or damage reduction. Otherwise, the strong attack damage is not something you want to look for in PvP. This Uryu, strong attack recharge time, it's okay. Like I said, it's lower than normal. But he has a recover 18% between quest areas. It means every room that you go to in your quest or co-op, you will recover 18%. So it doesn't work for epic raids or arena. It works for Sun Kaiman as well. So I only see this Uryu as good as if you have a heart unit at 15 link slot levels all across and you choose full stamina damage boost. Otherwise, that 18% healing will not really help you because most veterans out there will say, just dodge the attack, just dodge the attack. But for a newer player, I think if you were to heal per room and somehow you can farm all the materials to level up for 15 link slots across the board and get that full stamina damage boost, then go ahead, choose Uryu. Jin is the same thing in the sense that you recover health, but it's a normal attack damage. So if you are actually oriented in NAD units, let's say Oetsu, I think getting Jin is fine because of the 18%. It's not the highest normal attack damage, but you get to heal. Same thing as Uryu. It's just a bonus, but then again, I would choose something of a more recent unit to use as a link slot if that's the case. This is just a Lepore, is how I pronounce him. Somebody correct me in the future on how to pronounce this guy's name. Fire duration, poison duration. It's not a good link. I mean, I wouldn't even say you can use it for guild quest because with the new update as of last month, I think, adding all these minus status elements and the items they can probably equip just neglects or negates these reason for having it soul trait. Rukia, same thing. Grimjaw, Renji, who else? Ichigo, I would say they are for hybrid builds. Because you could see strong attack and normal attack. Here's a normal attack and a strong attack recharge time. Generally, hybrid builds is kind of hard in a hard place right now because the items that you need for a unit has to be so specific for it to work. Because you realize in the current meta that you have to kind of sacrifice something for higher damage. Let's say if you're a normal attack damage unit, you will equip a Chappie, and when you equip a Chappie, you lose all your spiritual pressure. But in this case, if you equip a Grimjaw or a Ichigo on a normal attack damage unit with Chappie, you basically do not use the strong attack damage bonus of Soul Link. So having to have a hybrid build requires experiment, experience, and of course creativity. But at this point in time, as a newer player, I suggest not a building hybrid, but just to pick this up for fun if you want to try. But they are not a priority pick. And everything else is kind of the same boat. Like this Mayuri is the same as Rukia, Sergio Orihime's healing, all the healing characters is around the same thing. So with that said, I'll do a recap. The first one you're gonna get is Kisuke. Next one is Byakuya or Yoruichi, depending on the main unit that you have that you want to link to. You're gonna get Chad next, then maybe Soifon next, and just go down the line and see what you want. Maybe because it's your favorite character, or you just desperately need a link to clear a quest or a Sankaimon at a specific month. Otherwise, just collect them for the orbs. And I think that's it for me today. Thank you for watching. If you made it all the way here, I'll appreciate a like, a subscribe, and do drop in the comments below on what content do you want to see for the newer players of 2021, especially that the 6th anniversary is on the horizon. So I kind of expect that there are a lot of new players. So I want to help all of you in the next couple of weeks that you have started watching this and onwards. But otherwise, that's it. Thanks. Cheers.